What if I told you the greatest hitters in baseball history didn't just face elite pitching? They had to survive it 3 times each. No breaks, no easy innings, no weak arms in the rotation. Because today, we're not asking who's better. We're forcing the ultimate test. 5 of the greatest pitchers of all time: Pedro Martinez, Randy Johnson, Greg Maddux, Sandy Koufax, Roger Clemens, against the 9 greatest hitters ever assembled. And every single hitter has to face every single pitcher 3 times. That's 135 total matchups. No randomness, just greatness. Exposed. Let's start with what that really means. Ricky Henderson has to deal with Pedro's exploding fastball 3 times, then turn around and read Maddox's mind games, then survive Randy Johnson's 100-mile-per-hour nightmare, then Koufax, then Clemens. That's not a leadoff hitter anymore. That's survival. And Tony Gwynn, the greatest contact hitter ever, now has to prove it against 5 completely different styles of dominance: power, precision, deception, intimidation. Gwynn might get his hits, but there are no easy at-bats here. Now let's talk about the middle of the order, because this is where legends are either confirmed or exposed. Babe Ruth, Barry Bonds, Hank Aaron, Ted Williams. This is the most dangerous stretch of hitters in baseball history. But now, they don't get to feast on average pitching. They get Pedro at his peak, who could strike out anyone in the world. They get Randy Johnson, who made Hall of Famers look uncomfortable. They get Maddux, who turns your strengths into weaknesses. They get Koufax, whose peak might be the most untouchable we've ever seen. And they get Clemens, who attacks you like he's trying to prove something every pitch. You don't just hit here, you adjust, or you fail, because by the 2nd and 3rd time through, the pitchers are learning too. That's what makes this different. The first at-bat, that's talent. The second, that's adjustment. The third, that's war. Barry Bonds might take a walk the first time, but by the 3rd time, Pedro knows exactly what he's looking for. Ted Williams might spit on pitches early, but Maddux is already setting the trap. Randy Johnson might lose a hitter once, but the next time, he's coming with something even nastier. This isn't just hitters versus pitchers. This is intelligence versus intelligence. Adjustment versus adjustment. Now let's flip it, because people think this only pressures the hitters. But the pitchers, they don't get a break either. Pedro doesn't just face one legend. He has to go through 9 of them, 3 times each. That means no cruising, no relaxing after a strikeout. Because right after you get Gwynn out, you've got Ruth, then Bonds, then Aaron. There is no inning off. Greg Maddux thrives on patterns. But what happens when the hitters start recognizing his patterns? Randy Johnson dominates with intimidation. But what happens when hitters stop being afraid? Koufax overwhelms. But can he do it again and again and again? And Clemens, with all that intensity, can he maintain it through repeated battles with the greatest hitters ever? That's where this becomes legendary, because now, it's not about who's great. Everyone here is great. It's about who adjusts the fastest, who learns, who adapts, who wins the 3rd battle after losing the 1st. So who has the edge? Over 135 matchups, the hitters will get theirs. They always do. You cannot hold down this much offensive greatness forever. Bonds will connect. Ruth will launch one. Aaron will be consistent. Gwynn will find holes. But here's the twist. The pitchers don't have to win every matchup. They just have to win enough. Because elite pitching in repeated battles starts to control timing, control rhythm, control the entire game. And if Pedro is dealing, if Randy is overpowering, if Maddux is outthinking, if Koufax is unhittable, if Clemens is attacking, then even the greatest lineup ever will struggle to breathe. So here's the final answer. In a 1-game scenario with repeated matchups, with adjustments happening in real time, I'm taking the pitchers, not because they're better, but because in this format, they control the pace of the war. And if they get ahead, even legends have to chase. And once you're chasing, even greatness can fail. 5 pitchers, 9 hitters, 3 battles each. No hiding, no luck, just legacy. Who do you think wins?